A recent developer post has revealed some exciting new changes coming to 7 Days to Die for Alpha 21. It might have also stirred up a bit of controversy over what they are calling the Learn by Looting system. I will address what this new system actually is, how it differs from what we have at the moment, and ways in which I believe it could be improved simply by doubling down on the Learn by Looting mentality. But first, let's quickly go over some of the undisputably good or neutral changes that were also announced. There will be new POIs. Good. An array of amazing looking new decorative vehicle models. Why not? Biome percent sliders for world generation. Yes, please. And now onto the creme de la creme, the belle of the ball, the Learn by Looting system. In this new system, perks will no longer unlock recipes or govern crafting at all. This means you no longer have to dive into strength if you want to craft better gathering tools. Instead, now you will be able to unlock recipes and gain skill in crafting by finding a certain number of magazines in loot. It should work similarly to the book system, but instead of one book, you will need 20, 50, 75, or 100 magazines to max out a single skill. Some crafting skills cap at lower level than others, presumably by importance. So for example, from this screenshot, you will need 100 magazines of shotguns to craft the tier 5 auto shotgun. It will also unlock the different tiers as you progress through the levels. My only concern here is that the unlocking of the tiers is not super intuitive, but I am going to assume where it says next is an indicator of when your next tier is unlocked. In this example, that tier 2 pipe shotgun should be available to craft at shotguns 3. The double shotgun tier 1 would be unlocked at 11, the pump tier 1 would be unlocked at 27, and the auto shotgun tier 1 would be unlocked at 60. Now, a bit of comfort if you are worried that 100 magazines might be too hard to find. These can be found, bought, and or received as quest rewards. Luckily, the topic of the magazine matches the location you would expect to find it in the world. This means that shotgun skill magazines are likely to be found at any Shotgun Messiah establishment, while something like seeds will likely be found in farms. Medical can be expected to be found at a hospital or a pharmacy, and food skill now available at all participating Shamway foods near you. There are more details in this post, so I will link it in the description if you would like to read it for yourself. But what do I really think of these changes, or how would I improve on their current approach? If you are currently playing the game, I probably don't have to go over how problematically overpowered the intellect and strength trees are for crafting and gathering, so perks being addressed can only be a positive, right? If done correctly, I do believe this system could work to give us a more direct crafting progression. However, my concerns really arise from what I believe to be a fundamental difference in philosophy between me and the pimps, and maybe even you watching. I do believe tier 6 gear should be craftable. In fact, I believe crafted gear should be best in slot. Hear me out. This new system just exposes a flaw with the current system that has yet to be addressed: our drop loot acquisition. With the introduction of better trader quests, this has been accelerated further from Alpha 19 to Alpha 20. I get it. There is no better feeling than looting that tier 6 item you have been dreaming of for weeks. A juicy new SMG? Maybe a pump shotty? You should feel nothing but joy. But that feeling is quickly crushed by the realization that you just invested dozens of points and all of your parts into a tier 5 version of this same item yesterday. Or even worse, you are able to find better gear in loot or questing well before you are able to craft it. It ends up feeling bad, and it makes you regret collecting all those parts for what should feel like a really satisfying craft. That is not to say there should be no degree of RNG to loot, as I do believe that getting the magazines from loot is a fine idea. I also believe that having good synergy between looting, questing, building, and crafting is vital to the health of the game long term. No one form of gameplay should be definitely better than the others. So when I say that I believe crafted gear should be best in slot, you might be confused. What I mean is, while I do believe you should be able to craft tier 6 gear, I want them to take their learn by looting concept further and explore how looting and questing could be used to craft best in slot gear. One simple way games make crafted gear valuable without having to perfectly balance loot is by adding crafting bonus to gear. A 2 or 4 piece bonus would allow crafted tier 5 gear to compete with looted tier 6. Now I understand, I am not technical. The bonus system might just be too complicated to implement, so maybe they could incorporate some of their revamped trader quests from Alpha 20 into a new questing reward. A quest could appear at the trader when the player reaches a max level in a skill. It could entail something as simple as a fetch and clear for a current tier 5 POI. Maybe it is theme specific, like the Shotgun Messiah for weapon skills, the Hagashi Pharmaceutical or Hospital for first aid kit and other medicine crafting skills, the Shamway Foods for the yummiest and buffiest food recipes, or simply a random tier 5 if that's easiest. Regardless, it could reward an item that can be used in tandem with various other materials to craft a max tier weapon, gear set piece, food recipe, or whatever your max skill might be, thus fully merging the looting, questing, and crafting of the game into one. Daydreaming aside, this announced change is welcomed. I am happy to see a new or revamped experiment underway that looks to be better than what we currently have. While I do believe there are more deterministic and completionist-friendly ways to reward endgame progression, I am optimistic about what their new learn by looting system will bring. Thank you so much everyone for watching. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on the news. Are you excited to see the new system come to life like I am? Or are you happy with how perks and crafting currently work? Do you believe I have fully gone insane with my ideas for endgame gear? Let me know your thoughts in the comments or join our Discord where I also read all your lovely suggestions. Please remember to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It helps me out a lot, and I hope to see you guys on the next one. Until then, bye.